Happy Wealth Wednesday. Boalia Desmond here. Thank you for tuning in. So, Wealth Wednesday is always a day that we celebrate every single week. Really, we are givers every single day, right? But Wealth Wednesday, I like to remind us to do intentional giving. Whether you're putting money in a diaper box in a grocery store, whether you're paying for somebody's gas, whether you're paying for somebody's food, whether you're donating to a charity or whatever, Wealth Wednesday is there for that need to remind us that we can be givers. So I did title my message today "Giving," right? Because we want to talk about money, right? And there's just something that we were created to be givers, right? There's just something inside of us that makes us feel grateful and excited when we're able to give, whether we're giving of our time, our resources, or whatever it is that you've got. When we give, there's just such a spiritual connection that allows us to just say, you know what, I wish I could do more of that. And that's pretty much the idea of the whole Wealth Wednesday. You want to give what you can give right now, but you with the idea of saying, what else can I do? How much more can I give? And so forth. And as you're able to, then you just continue to give more. My friend and mentor Dave Scogan says there's 3 phases to life, right? He says there's the learning phase. This is the phase where you maybe you're just starting out. You don't have a whole lot of money to give. You don't have a whole lot. You're just kind of learning, and you're learning and leaning from the experts, from people who have done things before you, have gone before you and done these things, right? And for us, I was thinking in terms of like when we were going through the Dave Ramsey course, we were so broke, we were so upside down, in our finances, but we were learning how to get out of debt. We were learning how we could save money. We're learning how to have an emergency fund and so forth. This is the learning stage. And then you've got the earning stage. This is the stage when which we're in right now. So maybe you're in a position like us and you've got kids, right? So you've got the bills of the kids, you've got all kinds of things that are pulling in your direction, and you're still trying to fund your 401ks and Roth IRAs and trying to build wealth and trying to just earn, right? Earn as much as you can, because that you're pretty much, like life is really speeding up. So you're doing the earning. You did the learning, now you're applying all of that and you're doing some earning, but always being givers. It should never stop you from giving. At whatever phase that you're at, you should always be giving. It's just that the level at which you are able to give might be a little bit different. And then you've got the returning phase, right? So you've got the learning, you've got the earning, and then you've got the returning phase. And my mentor Dave says this is the phase where he is. They give so much to our community. They have increased our area by bringing in jobs, putting in restaurants. Just they've done so much for our community that it's so incredible to see, and it's such a great example, because it reminds us, what, we want to get to that phase. We want to be able to, my husband and I talk about wanting to be able to sponsor kids to do things, wanting to be able to what would be a huge dream of ours would be to have a center, right? Like an activity center where basketball can be played, volleyball can be played, an indoor track, all kinds of different things that can be done all in one building, right? For our kids. But to be able to support kids to go to Bible camps, to be able to do like AAU and all of that, because we know how those things have benefited our kids and our family so much, that we want to give at a greater capacity for, when we get to the returning phase. So what phase are you at? Are you in the learning? Are you in the earning? Or are you in the returning phase? This is always good to think about. But what else I thought about for the giving? When we were getting out of debt, and we were struggling, we always understood the principle of tithing. Tithing has always been something that we've always done, because it's a principle that's written in the Word, right? It's written in the Bible. And it's the one principle that God says, test me on it. And so, when we were struggling, and when my husband was laid off for furloughed for 8 months, we wanted to trust God. We wanted to see what this principle really meant. And so we did. we didn't give up tithing. We didn't give up giving. You know, we always still did the things that we had always done, even when money was tight. And guess what? God showed up. God was always faithful. We never went without. We never missed any mortgage payments or any of that. No daycare payments were missed or any of that. So be a giver. No one understand that, you know what, you can't hoard money. And as long as you're able to make money, you can always make more money. If you're able, if you're alive, you can make money. But the whole principle of giving really does something to us, because it allows us to be a part of society, to be able to contribute to people, and to be able to make our community and our world a better place. So I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.